So I'm sitting here with a stack of beast cloth. I didn't really finish much of anything, but I have a lot of things going here. Leaning into the Moon is just about done being embroidered. I added a little bit of magic carpet underneath. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about, where to go from here. Very often I will fold the edges under, just to get rid of the extra cloth. I'm not going to use it. And I find that just will end up acting like some kind of batting. I mean, if you don't have the extra fabric or you don't need it, you can cut it off. And one of the simplest ways to get a backing on is just to cut a larger piece and baste your, or actually, normally when I'm going to quilt, I just pin. And you can turn these ends in too if you want. I like to use the natural edge of the piece a lot of times without hemming it. You can cut this backing piece exactly the size of your piece. But you have the option of just quilting and leaving this as is with all the funny edges. Or you can use this piece to actually turn in if you want to make a border. It's up to you. Normally I do most of my embroidery first, and then I'll apply it to a backing and start quilting. But because you have so many layers here, it is possible to continue to embroider on the surface just by pulling your needle through the layers. That's what's good about having this extra cloth inside. It's kind of a catch for the needle, and then you don't have to go all the way through. So you could be quilting and then going back to embellishing and quilting and embellishing back and forth. On this one I actually just left the natural edge of the piece and just applied it to a ground to square it off. And I did the same thing here. And then, since you have it on a square cloth, you can always go back and add border pieces to your edge if you want to clean it up. But I kind of like the raw edge here. Spirit Bear is just about the same. Nothing's happening there except for a little headdress. And then the other option is to actually just machine sew strips in one direction and then in the other direction and frame up your piece. And what I'll do here, I think, is just add an extra piece of this thin cloth. I mean, you can use any cloth depending on the thickness that you want for the piece, before adding another piece and quilting. So it's really a matter of preference on how thick you want the piece. I don't really like the puffy kind of batting. That doesn't really work for me. And this one I haven't done too much work on. I've added a little word, softness, down here, just to contrast with the whole stone idea. I have this idea of stones not being so harsh. And I've drawn in some lines here that I might do a little collage work on. But anyway, that's basically where I'm at. I just wanted to give you an idea. And I'll be continuing to work on all these pieces. This one in particular is part of my new bestiary. This one is for Grace, of course. And I hope you all enjoyed the class.